2NURFM.com, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.
Joining us this morning, not only new to the University of Newcastle, but also new to the Family Action Centre and also new to Newcastle itself, Professor Alan Hayes, who is a distinguished professor. He is the director of the Family Action Centre. He comes to the Family Action Centre here at the University of Newcastle after being the director of the Australian Institute of Family Studies. Distinguished Professor Alan Hayes, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us this morning, and welcome to Newcastle.
Thank you. Delighted to be here. And I've been so warmly welcomed. This is week 7 commencing, so it's been a whirlwind, but very warmly welcomed.
Professor, before we get into your achievements and where you'd like to take the Family Action Centre, can I ask you, what are your first impressions of Newcastle? Are you enjoying the city and the region in general?
Absolutely fabulous. It's a wonderful place. We're living in a nice proximity to the beach and the foreshore, and I've actually dusted off my bike and lots of places to ride, so it's very good. And the most important thing is my wife comes up frequently and loves it.
That's all part of the family, isn't it?
It is.
It's a very family-friendly place, the Hunter region. 30 years ago, it was still a family place, but there was a hole, something needed to happen, and that's where the Family Action Centre stepped in.
Absolutely. The Van Leer Foundation funded and supported the development of what was called the Caravan Project, and it was an outreach project to families who were living in caravan parks in Newcastle, the Hunter, the Central Coast. And essentially what it did was provide support to families who were often doing it tough. And I think the Family Action Centre is built on that great foundation and now offers a range of programs that are really focused on assisting families and building on their strengths, to be honest. It's not just a model that's looking at solving problems, it's unleashing the strength of families.
Now, as I mentioned, you came from the Australian Institute of Family Studies, and I would like to say that you were appointed as a member of the Order of Australia in 2012 for service to the social sciences through the Institute of Family Studies. Congratulations on that wonderful achievement. What do you hope to bring to the Family Action Centre that you learnt from the Australian Institute of Family Studies?
I learnt there the importance of the connections between research, programs and practices and policy. And it was a boundary organisation. It linked those three things. And I think the Family Action Centre is very much like that, but it has the added benefit of educating the next generation of people who will work with families. We have established the first Master of Family Studies in the country in partnership with the University of Nebraska and the Tata Institute in India. It's a very exciting new program. It's in its 2 years established and it's growing, and I think it's a very interesting opportunity to build a new discipline, because rather than having families tacked on to other things, it's about integrating the view of families and how you can strengthen them. And the positioning of the centre within the Faculty of Health and Medicine, I think, is terrific, because really for allied health, public health and medical practitioners, they interact with families all the time, and families are so important for the outcomes of the services and supports they deliver.
What do you think the challenges are for families these days? Under your observation, what are the big things for us in our family groupings?
Well, I think families are getting much more diverse these days, and there are many forms of families, but the key thing is the functioning of families. And there are families that are struggling to balance work and family life. There are families that are confronting the challenges that come from mental health and other chronic illness problems. There are families who, of course, are in that stage of life where they not only have care for children, but they're also caring for older relatives. And there are families with very complex needs. You can't gild the lily. There are a lot of families who are tackling problems that are not only related to mental health, but quite often alcohol and drug dependency, but also problems with money management and gambling. And I think there's a sense in which all of these things require really innovative new ways to deliver services. one of the attractions of the Family Action Centre comes from that early start that it had in innovating and developing very exciting new programs for the caravan park population. Now I think the task for the centre is really to continue to innovate, but to build strong research and evaluation along with that. And I see that as a strong task. You know, one of my priority tasks is to work with exciting and very talented colleagues to do that.
And is that in the hope of being able to really shape policy? Because a lot of people feel, if I can use the term, the government, don't make it easy sometimes for families. People feel as though they're being set upon and life's tough. So you're hoping to do the research and then at the other side of the equation, really push the policy framework to make proper changes?
Absolutely. That really, people talk about evidence-based policy. I think the best you get is evidence-informed policy. It's a much more complex space that policy is developed in. But my feeling with it is that it's a very good opportunity to demonstrate and to prove what can be done in terms of new approaches, and then to influence policy to roll them out right across the country. And that's where we're really headed. And I think the University of Newcastle is a very exciting place to be. There's a lot of energy and enthusiasm here, and I'm certainly delighted to be part of that.
Distinguished Professor Alan Hayes, Director of the Family Action Centre at the University of Newcastle, thank you so much and good luck in improving the families here in the Hunter and across our region and world.
Thank you very much, Meryl.
It's really an exciting time. It is great to think that there is so much work going into making families stronger because, by goodness, we're all a part of one and usually we need them terribly.